Axis Bank Foundation, which was founded in 2006, has had a strong commitment to rural development at its core, guiding all our efforts. And listening to communities, collaborating with peers and other stakeholders, and also pushing our boundaries to innovate the program design has been the real ethos which has been deeply imbibed within the foundation. This has been ably guided by our Board of Trustees. On this note, I would now like to invite our chairperson, Mr. S. Ramadorai, for his address. Could we please have a warm round of applause for him, please?
Can you all hear me? Good evening, everyone. This is Dhruvi Shah, CEO of the Axis Bank Foundation, senior members of the Axis Bank, trustees of the Axis Bank Foundation, our partners from across the country who are present here, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to again welcome you all to this Abhisaran 2025. This platform over the years has evolved into an invaluable space for problem solving and partnership building. And essentially, this year's theme, Navigating Transitions, Pathways Towards a Shared Purpose, could not be more relevant as we celebrate the success of Mission 2 Million and launch Mission 4 Million. We come together with a shared vision, a future where sustainable livelihoods empower our rural communities. I would like to congratulate everyone who has made the Mission 2 Million possible and a success. Our partners, the team led by Dhruvi Shah, and more importantly, the communities we serve, this achievement belongs to all of you. It's a marathon for the Axis Bank Foundation, and reaching the milestone is like winning a sprint, giving us essentially the confidence and momentum to keep going. We also released today a compilation of success stories showcasing our collaborative impact. I personally experienced a lot of satisfaction by visiting the project sites, interacting with the communities, listening to their voices, and witnessing firsthand the transformative change that has come through our collective actions. Again, a very, very warm congratulations to all of them who have made this possible. Rural India holds immense potential, and when we empower communities with sustainable livelihoods, the benefits essentially extend beyond individuals. They uplift families, strengthen local economies, and drive national progress. And the film was a testimony to that, the voice of the people and the voice of the communities which we just heard. The foundation, we have been deeply committed to the mission for more than a decade now. When we pivoted the sustainable livelihoods in 2011-12, it was based on two key considerations. The economic opportunities are the foundation of individual and community well-being. And second, that India needed urgent, focused action in this area. At the same time, the National Rural Livelihoods Mission was launched with a very, very set of ambitious goals. This reasoned deeply with us because this resonated with us because livelihood is not just about earning a living, it's about dignity, security, and the fundamental right to life as enshrined in Article 21 of our Constitution. As Professor Amartya Sen argues in his book, Development as Freedom, development is about expanding real problems, and economic security is a crucial component of that freedom. I'm proud that we have achieved in the past 13 to 14 years. Between 2012 and 18, we impacted our first million households. Between 18 and 25, we added another 2 million households from over 18,700 villages across 580 plus blocks in 26 states. Despite the challenges during COVID, reaching this milestone is absolutely incredible. Our efforts have strengthened community institutions, empowering gram panchayats, self-help groups, and village organizations to govern resources, access entitlements, and foster inclusive decision making. This has led to greater financial inclusion and self-reliance. For lack of better words, we have taught them how to fish rather than to give them fish. Through watershed management, commons restoration, and participatory irrigation, we improved water security, soil health, and shared resource governance, leading to higher agricultural productivity and climate resilience. In promoting better agricultural practices and non farm entrepreneurship, we have helped families diversify income sources, reduce distress migration, and stabilize household economies, ensuring greater financial resilience. Our skilling and entrepreneurship programs have created employment pathways for youth, women, and persons with disabilities, fostering financial independence and confidence among marginalized groups. We have also integrated health initiatives into livelihood programs, including access to essential services, promoting preventive care, and reducing medical expenses, essentially leading to higher productivity and better well being. The livelihood challenges are interconnected. A holistic approach that integrates agriculture, finance, market access, and social security is essentially needed for long term success. Change is most sustainable when driven by communities. Programs succeed when people own them. Their aspiration, participation, and leadership essentially drive long term success. Precision is absolutely the key. Every village, household, individual has a unique story, a dream to pursue, and a change to overcome. One size fits all solutions do not work. Continuous learning and adaptation matter. We must constantly refine our approaches using data, field insights, and emerging trends while remaining anchored to our core values. As we launch Mission 4 Million today, the lesson from our journey so far will be invaluable. It's just using that knowledge but improving on it. But this time we are raising the bar even higher, reaching the ultra poor, those at the very bottom of the pyramid. A shared purpose is not just desirable, it's absolutely essential. And I'm glad that we are spending time on this during this Abhisaran. Let me also touch upon a few areas that have been critical in our previous phase and will continue to play even a bigger role in the Mission 4 Million as the complexity of challenges increases. First and foremost, we must strengthen our evidence based approach. While intuition and success stories are valuable, they are not always enough. We must rely on rigorous data, research backed strategies, and scientific evaluation to guide our decision and essentially maximize our impact. Consider the work of MIT's Poverty Lab, led by Nobel laureate Abhijit Banerjee and Esther Duflo. The research has challenged many long held assumptions about development interventions. For example, one of the randomized controlled trials about microcredits, which was once considered a silver bullet for poverty elimination, revealed that while microcredit helped households smooth consumption, it did not necessarily lead to business expansion or long term poverty reduction. Many borrowers use loans for non business purchases rather than reinvesting in their enterprise, which of course shifted the global conversation on microfinance and reinforced the need for holistic interventions, combining credit with skills training, market access, and social support. The collaboration will be key going forward. No single organization can solve the complex challenges of rural livelihoods alone. The scale demands that we work together, leveraging the strengths of the government, private sector, startups, civil society, and of course the NGOs. The government remains the biggest force in rural development with its extensive welfare programs, direct benefit transfers, investment in rural infrastructure. The National Rural Livelihood Mission, Manrega, and other targeted interventions have already played an important role in essentially empowering rural communities. The cooperative movement is gaining renewed focus with potential to revolutionize rural supply chains The Prime Minister has called for creating 5 to 6 more large cooperatives like Amul capable of operating nationally. At the same time, there is a strong push to build more citizen-centric and efficient bureaucracy. Through Karmayogi Bharat, a program I chair for the Government of India, is training civil servants to move from a rule-based to a role-based system, one that is more agile, responsive, and focused on real outcomes. A well-equipped and motivated bureaucracy will be critical in the long run, driving sustainable changes at the grassroots level. The private sector is increasingly engaged, reorganizing the sustainable business. Various models and can emerge from rural India that can emerge from rural India. With rural consumption growing significantly, average per capita expenditure nearly tripling since 2011, there's a clear business case for engagement. As the Economic Times reported, rural India is emerging as the new urban for consumer business. Over 2,800 agri-tech startups we are working across India, bringing fresh perspective and challenging traditional approaches. Ninja Cart is an example, or Dehat is another example. The private sector growing focus on environmental, social, and governance or ESG principles means that more companies are looking beyond traditional philanthropy. They are engaging in long term partnerships, volunteering programs, and co creating solutions rather than just giving grants. The Tata Transformation Prize, for example, established in partnership with the New York Academy of Sciences, recognizes and encourages research in food security, sustainability, and healthcare, creating a kind of research backed innovation that can drive long term impact in rural livelihoods. I think collaboration and deepening that collaboration is absolutely critical, and this must move beyond organizational silos and be open to new ideas regardless of where they come from. Next one is to embrace innovation. Innovation is not about technology, it's about rethinking problems, design creating solutions, and making things work with limited resources. The real power of innovation lies in its ability to simplify complexity, lower cost, and improve efficiency. We have witnessed in rural India excellent examples of frugal innovation, and there are numerous to cite those. We must create an environment where experimentation is encouraged, failures are seen as a stepping stone for better solution. One of the most important shifts in development work has been the adoption of design thinking and systems thinking. Instead of imposing external solutions, we must start with the people we serve, understanding their needs, challenges, and aspirations before designing interventions. The fourth one is to need to embrace technology. The pace of digital adoption in rural areas is unprecedented. Whether it's UPI payments, mobile banking, e commerce, they have reached villages faster than we ever imagined. Mobile phones and digital payments become ubiquitous almost overnight, showing how fast adoption happens when solutions are designed for accessibility and affordability. The coming years will definitely see AI driven tools, precision agriculture, and digital platform transformation in rural livelihood. The recent collaboration between the Agriculture Department of Trust of the Baramati and Microsoft tested an AI powered solution in Maharashtra's sugarcane fields. The smart application transformed data from weather stations, soil sensors, satellite imagery, and historical patterns into precise daily guidance for farmers, telling them exactly when and where to water, fertilize, or treat for pests. This eliminated guesswork and optimized growing conditions, resulting in stocks that were 30 to 40% higher, heavier with 20% more sucrose, while using less water and fertilizer. I think technology be truly transformative. We must bridge the digital divide. Innovation must be understood, trusted, and adopted by communities. Technology is a means, not an end. Its success depends on how well we integrate with people's lives and livelihood. I think in all of these, we must focus on triple sustainability, environment, project, and economic, all three. And environmental sustainability will ensure our interventions do no harm to natural resources and protect the long term health of our ecosystem. Project sustainability will mean designing intervention that evolve into community owned ventures, ensuring benefits continue long after the funding ends. Economic resilience will build livelihood that can withstand shocks. As Robert Chambers defined, a sustainable livelihood can cope well with and recover from stress and shocks, maintain or enhance its capabilities and assets, and promote and provide livelihood opportunities for the next generation. We have to strengthen governance. At Axis Bank Foundation, we believe that well governed organizations create long term value. We want to work with organizations that share our values and prioritize transparency, accountability, and ethical conduct. Together, we want to ensure that our projects are governed well with robust systems, processes, and audit mechanisms in place at all times. Regulatory requirements set a minimum benchmark, but we must go beyond box ticking exercises and build a culture of governance that is essentially rooted in our values. For too long, the nonprofit sector has been expected to operate with good intentions but minimal professional rigor. This must change. Running a social sector organization should be no different from running a high performance enterprise with clear goals, measurable impact, and strong governance at every level. These are exciting times for the social sector. The next few years will be critical in shaping India's progress toward the Sustainable Development Goals and vision of a developed nation by 2047. Sustainable livelihoods, which touch multiple SDGs, will be at the heart of this transformation. The Gramin Bharat Mahotsav 2025, which was held earlier this year, underscored this ambition with its theme, Building a Resilient Rural India for a Vikshit Bharat 2047. Speaking at this event, the Prime Minister aptly said, गांव बढ़े तो देश बढ़े and गांव तभी बढ़ेगा जब हर परिवार आत्मनिर्भर बनेगा, हर व्यक्ति को आजीविका का अवसर मिलेगा. At the Axis Bank Foundation, we remain committed to this journey. The father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, always advocated for a development approach that was bottom up and centered on villages. Let me conclude with his words. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. May this spirit guide all of us forward. I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging words. They always keep us motivated.